right. So what? So like, have you taken this?
I have not. That's why.
Where'd you hear it from?
Got one. I saw it on Snapchat. I thought it'd be good.
So what are we gonna do with this information once we get it?
We'll just discuss like because it's like so it's supposed to be like it gives you a series of questions and like
Timely to stress that political compass has been on the internet since 2001. The uniqueness of our take on politics is reflected in the gratifyingly enthusiastic reviews we've enjoyed in the national media as of many countries from our earliest years, as well as many teachers and academics who continue to use our work. Alright, so where's the actual test?
or just say take the test. It's 6 pages with about 5 or 6 questions each page.
Alright, let's do it. Before taking the test, please note that this isn't a survey. These aren't questions. These are propositions. To question the logic of individual ones that irritate you is to miss the point. Some propositions are extreme and some are moderate. That's how we can show you whether you lean toward extremism or moderation on the compass. Your responses should not be overthought. Some of them are intentionally vague. Their purpose is to trigger reactions in the mind, measuring feelings and prejudices rather than detailed opinions on policy. I guess that's pretty good. Concerning no less how you see the country and the world.
We have the same. I wonder if we have the same questions.
Should we say the questions and then silently answer?
It depends. They're the same. What's your first one?
If economic globalization is inevitable.
Yeah. Okay. You read the first one.
So if economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations.
I agree.
Don't say it. Don't say it. You gotta wait to see what's going on. I'd always support my country whether it was right or wrong. No one chooses his or her country of birth, so it'd be foolish to be proud of it. Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. Just interpret that however you want.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Military action that defies international law.
Meaning anything outside the United States, pretty much, I would think.
Okay.
Okay. There is a now worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Okay. Next page, right?
Yeah. Cool. Now the economy. We're talking attitudes here, not the FTSE index. People are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality.
Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation.
From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. The freer the market, the freer the people. Alright, okay. Oh, okay. There's no middle.
Either you on the left or you on the right, G.
Alright, okay.
Extremists or moderates, that's what they talking about.
Alright.
It's a sad reflection on our society that sometimes something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product.
Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. We was talking about that earlier.
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society. Regrettable. It's regrettable.
People who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to the society. Protectionism is something necessary in trade.
The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. It's no middle, so this is a hard one. The rich are too highly taxed. That 1%. Hey, I had a book. We'll read that question over. Did you already answer? Those with the ability to pay should have higher access to higher standards of medical care.
Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public.
I don't know what that means. A genuine free market requires restriction on the ability of the predator multinationals to create monopolies.
A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies.
The NFL's a monopoly.
I mean, I guess it's just saying like a free market should keep Apple as a if Apple was the only company making phones and stuff, it should keep it from doing that.
From making phones or getting too big.
From being the only people making. I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, it kind of is though, cause
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a tough. I really don't understand that question.
Next page.
Next page. Read that again.
Abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal.
It's not threatened.
So, like, if the woman just don't want to have the baby, and it doesn't have anything to do with her health.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. All authority should be questioned. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters and museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters and museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis.
Pretty much. It's like, if it can't kind of hold up on its own, it shouldn't be a business, I guess. Here we go. Let's go. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. I read that right?
Sure. I don't know what compulsory means.
I don't either. Hold on, I'll look it up.
I feel like somebody smart just gonna watch this video.
Somebody smart is gonna watch it. Someone with a high vocabulary that most of us is gonna rip us to shreds. Like, you're gonna tear us apart if they even see this.
Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. Well, impulse is like doing something like
out of just like
reaction. So compulse,
almost like willingness, almost, I guess.
I'll look the joint up.
I feel like it's something like out of you wanting to do it, not having.
Required by law or rule.
Yeah. I agree with that. Put that out there.
All people have their rights, but it is better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. So basically separate but equal.
I mean, good parents sometimes have to spank their children. I strongly disagree. It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense.
The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs.
People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. Wow. That's pretty intense.
Allowed?
Like that's crazy. Like,
you're not allowed. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline.
that's a slave mentality, yo.
Just answer your question.
We'll discuss it after.
There are no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures.
That's strong. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not accept society's support. When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country.
What's good for the most successful corporation is always ultimately good for all of us.
No broadcasting institution, however, No broadcasting institution, however independent, its content should receive public funding. Page 4. And how you see the wider society. You can start this one off, Joe.
Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried.
The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be the command. To be commanded. Sorry.
In civilized society, one must always have the power. One must have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. You just ate a fruit snack that went on the floor.
5-second rule, bro. 5-second rule, dog.
Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation.
It is a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist.
Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers.
Wow. Homemakers is a broad term.
Basically just saying, like, childbearers, cookers, cleaners, wives.
Their first duty. So, it's pretty broad. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries.
I don't know.
I have no idea. That's not my cup of tea.
Making peace with an establishment is an important aspect of maturity. What's this, number 5?
Was an establishment?
Yeah.
Like these questions.
Make peace with Walmart.
If you go through that, on religion of breeze. All right. This should be interesting.
If you got through that okay, you'll find proposition number. Astrology accurately explains all things.
Many things.
Many things.
This is about how we get down, man.
So like the horoscopes and stuff.
Not even the horoscopes, man. Just like I wouldn't say it it accurately explains many things, but I feel like you need both. You need some type of religion and some real facts to back it up. Not even real. That's kind of that's not the term I want to use, but something that you can can I use the word monstrally prove? What am I trying to use? Demonstrably that you can demonstrably prove. I think that's the word I'm trying to use. I don't know if we let me see.
I don't know what that word is.
I'll look it up. We'll look up. That'll be a $20 word of the day. Demonstrably. Yep. Demonstration. 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 I was trying to sound smart, but it didn't work. Demonstration.
Demonstration.
Demonstrably. I'm trying to find it like demonstrate. There we go. Serving as conclusive evidence of something, giving proof. Demonstrative, that you can demonstrate proof. I feel like that's the word.
Alright.
It's $20 word of the day.
45 cents.
Nah, that's about $12 worth of a word right there, man. Come on, yo. Hey. Alright, we'll go back to get back to the questions.
You cannot be moral without being religious. Charity is better than social security as a means to helping the generally.
You cannot be moral without being charity. Go ahead, my fault.
Charity is better than social security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged.
Wow. Some people are naturally unlucky.
It is important that my child's school instills religious values.
Religious values, okay. Finally, a look at sex. Sex outside of marriage is usually immoral.
A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population.
What goes on in a private bathroom between consenting adults is no business of the state.
Private bedroom?
Private bedroom. I said bathroom, didn't I? Private bedroom is no
business of the state.
No one can feel naturally homosexual. Wow.
Wait, let me go back to the last one. I'm trying to.
These questions is they really about it.
No one can feel naturally homosexual.
I mean, that's not up to me to decide.
No one can feel naturally, because I feel like that's different from asking, can people be born homosexual?
Feeling like.
But no one can feel homosexual naturally. I feel like that's different than saying, can someone be biologically homosexual though?
It's much different. I mean, children. When you're a blank canvas when you're born, so
exactly. No one can feel naturally homosexual.
That's pretty. I don't know, man.
These days, openness about sex has gone too far.
I wouldn't say it's gone too far. I think it's too far, maybe seeing it at a younger age, or
I mean, I guess that means everything about sex, like sexual innuendo, like pornography, like talking about sex, even in a very platonic way, like just anything about sex, openness.
All right.
Let's see where you stand.
Final results. See where you stand.
All right.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
I already pressed it.
Yeah. Wow. Wait.
I don't understand.
I don't understand this chart.
Your political compass. Economic left/right. Social libertarian/authoritarian.
Oh, okay, here you go. It says your political compass. Oh, okay.
Show chart in a separate window for printing. Nah, I'm good. Let me see yours.
We trade. Wow.
I mean, we pretty close.
It's about the same. You lean a lot more to the right than I do.
Do I?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah. You lean a lot more to the right.
Should we show the pod?
Yeah, we can show the pod. So this is mine, and this is
This is mine. I'm right there, right in the middle. He over there towards the. So
Yeah.
what? So which is the left?
So
which part is where is Trump at? Is he on the right or the left?
Trump is definitely a right wing. Is right wing.
Okay.
Because I think
So am I? I'm
you're about in them. So you, like I
I'm
said,
in the middle.
everybody has conservative views. Everybody has conservative views, but nobody wants to jump all the way over to that side. So I think we both have some conservative views, but lean a lot more to the left and to the right.
Yeah.
Well, you were being a
Neither
little
of
bit
us.
closer.
Neither of us were in the purple.
So
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But neither of us are authoritarian either.
No.
So we in that green.
Yeah, we right on the
Left libertarian.
Left libertarians. That's about what I expected though. From at least from me. I don't know about yourself. When I think of like the left, it's a lot more emotion that's thrown into it. We always talk about. I think it's a lot more emotion thrown into it. It's not a lot of numbers when you think about the right. It's just we're gonna throw a bunch of numbers at you, facts over your feelings, and it's not a lot of. I don't think any of those get taken into account when bringing up issues concerning the right.
I mean, I don't really pay attention to it at all, but I always thought that I was a little bit more like, what is it, liberal than my family and my parents or whatever when it came to stuff like that, especially when it came to stuff like sex and abortion and stuff like that. But
I wonder if you could read some of the anything else.
that was cool though.
That was really cool, man.